So today we're reviewing
Avengers Endgame.
So Avengers Endgame. We're gonna be very basic and broad about everything we say because we don't want to spoil it. The trailers barely show anything, so we're just gonna talk majorly broad, and we're not gonna go into any specifics. And you don't have to worry about getting spoiled here. We're not going to talk about I really don't even want to say one character's name in particular because you might think it's a spoiler.
This is going to be a very short non-spoiler review. Expect for a very long spoiler review. We'll just really just talk about things that we liked, in general.
Yeah, but what are your initial reactions walking out of the film?
I definitely really liked this movie. Going in, I had no spoilers. I didn't know anything that was going to happen, except, I really only watched a couple of the trailers. I really stayed away from all the TV spots too. I mean, obviously I had high expectations for this movie. This is the climax of all these movies.
Yeah.
There's stuff that I was worried about, but walking out, I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah. So my initial reactions, I walked out of the theater definitely loving this film. So they do a lot of things right in this film, and so many good scenes. So many. I don't want to get into specifics yet. But yeah, this film just works. There's so many good things about it, and I just think this is a great climax to this 12-year journey. I mean, that's what everyone's been saying. I just think it was an amazing film. And we get into general positives.
Well, I mean, just like Infinity War, I think this one maybe had a little bit less humor than Infinity War, in my opinion. But I thought almost all of the humor landed for me, especially from Thor's character had like he usually does. He has some really good funny lines. The humor just lands from a lot of different characters, and it's always nice when you're laughing throughout these movies. Even though in a movie like this, it's kind of dark. Like everyone's almost gone from the snap. Half the planet's gone in the universe.
Well, that's definitely the thing. Yeah, the tone goes from funny to super serious a lot, and it's really amazing how they're able to do that. Yeah, the humor definitely lands.
They balanced it pretty good, and I also thought there was some really good action scenes as well. And obviously, we can't talk about very much at all. So I'll say I really like the action scenes, and the CGI was great.
Yeah, because you don't see any action in the trailers. I don't think.
No, they did not show any of that last hour. Really, and that's not saying
the last 2.5.
The last hour, they did not show any of that, which is well, they showed maybe like a tease of maybe something happening at the end, but
yeah.
Other than that, that's what made that last hour so great.
The humor works. Yeah, the action is amazing. Like there are some great action scenes that. I mean, it's just exactly what we want to see. It's exactly what we wanted to see on screen, and it happens. Not everything. No, obviously, not everything is going to happen the way we wanted to see it. I have certain things that didn't happen, but there's amazing.
Obviously, there's things that I really thought were going to happen that did not happen at all, and there's a big thing that I'll get into in the spoilers. I would definitely say that I really liked. I also really liked that they really focused on the characters that I really wanted to see him focus on. I was like, there was opportunities to not focus on these characters, but they really did a good job of making sure the majority of this movie was about the core Avengers you saw that they survived in Infinity War. It's that core of Avengers, and they actually do focus on them.
Yeah, so as far as negatives go, honestly, I'm just thinking about negatives, and there's one negative, but I can't talk about it non-spoilers. I literally can't talk about it. Even though it's a negative, but counteracts with a positive. So it's not just this is really bad. It's a certain way they went with something that I could have thought it could have went another way. That's super broad.
For a negative for me, I thought there was... I do agree with John Campbell a little bit by saying the beginning parts... it's hard to say. It's 3 hours long, so when I say beginning, it's within the first hour maybe. There were a couple scenes I thought that were kind of slow. There was one scene in particular with Captain America that I really think did not need to be in it at all.
It does get a little slow in the beginning.
That's really the only scene I thought they could have definitely taken out. I'll get into spoilers and say that again, but there's a couple of scenes at the beginning that were kind of slow. But I definitely really like what they do with the storyline and how things play out. And I definitely think if you're a fan of these movies, you're going to really enjoy a lot of this, really the entire movie for the most part.
Yeah.
Because I thought the music was fine. But they really had a couple moments that they could have really made really good. Like in the Infinity War, I can think of a couple scenes particularly. Two scenes. When Captain America steps from behind the train, that was awesome, that soundtrack there. It just starts to play his music. And then when Thor lands in the end battle scene in Infinity War, there's that song that plays. Like those are just two huge moments. And this one, they really.
I agree.
They didn't have a moment like that.
So let's just give our scores.
Despite some of the things that really annoyed me in this movie, and they're really slight and few and far between. I would say 98% of this movie, or 95% of this movie, is perfect in my mind and what I wanted to see. And I just loved every second of it. And then maybe 5%, maybe less, were just things that obviously I knew we were going to be in it, but there was just a couple things I just can't ignore. I mean, it was there, and I had to deal with it, and I did not want to have to deal with it. But despite that 5%, I had to give this movie a 10 out of 10. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's a 10 out of 10.
But yeah, this movie, there are annoying things in this movie. Like there's one really stupid annoying thing. There's one thing that bugged me, but I said it was counteracted with another positive. But that I can't talk about it non-spoiler. But the action is amazing. The humor is really good. I mean, I was definitely laughing so much.
And the emotional.
Yeah, the emotional. Just the characters and just the action is just so good, and the characters behind it are so amazing. And some of these fights are just epic, and we thought we'd never see them. So this is easily a 10 out of 10. I mean, it's an Avengers movie. This is like just an epic conclusion to this 12-year thing, and with the action and humor and just these characters, it was just amazing. And there's a stupid moment I'll talk about in spoilers, and there's some annoying things, but it's just a 10 out of 10.
The last hour, if you're a superhero fan, it's just complete eye candy. Expect a spoiler review.
A long spoiler review.
Maybe after we see it a second time.
Yeah, see, I really want to talk about the spoilers, but we wouldn't post it. We wouldn't post it till later anyway.
Thanks for watching this quick non-spoiler review of Avengers Endgame. It's really hard to talk about stuff in these, especially these kind of movies, because we don't want to spoil anything. And definitely stay tuned for spoilers discussion. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.